Yet you see, you got a beautiful face and a sexy smile. I love you so much, be the mother of my child. I love you so much, even more through the years. Sit and reminisce of all the happiness we shared. They say we wouldn't make it, it would all.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's Shotgun Sit Down. What is it, the Week 5 edition? Week 5, baby. We got big, huge news, and we're going to go straight into it. The Apocalypse Death Lords and Notre Dame Disciples. We now have only one undefeated team in the league, with Steve, the Disciples, losing this past week to the Death Lords. What did you think about that game?
Thank you for. It was a really close matchup, and really, it came down to whether or not Sean Green was going to have a good game. But, it's something I needed.
It was a very good matchup. Very tough, with the Disciples losing. And speaking of the Disciples, I had a chance to speak with him a little earlier, and in our new segment, Face to Face. So let's go to that clip from earlier today. So what's going on? So what a huge matchup. I mean, you've been doing unbelievable going into the season. Played Mike this week and ended up with your first loss, which I want to go into. You predicted.
I actually called it
early in the week,
yes,
and I just want to get your comments. Let the other league members know. Let them know your comments about this past week.
Well, considering that some of my league running backs gave me 2-3 points, Brady was way below average considering the first 3 weeks of numbers, and with no disrespect to the Death Lords, he should have got spanked and I should still be 4-0. But I got to give credit where credit's due. Mikey did his thing. I got beat. I got to take it like a man now.
Very big for Mike. It was, it was like him winning the championship game, giving you the first loss. Also, Nuno should have got, a taste of his. But do you think, did this set you back? Did this make you look at your team deeper? What do you think about the upcoming matchup? You think you're going to get back on your feet and continue forward?
Absolutely. Right when I got that loss, I dug into free agency. I just trying to keep my team up to par, checking out their health, checking out past numbers. You know what I mean? I want to keep the good record going.
You could be up for Manager of the Year, but before you go, I'd like to get your thoughts on a huge division game this week. All right? You against the world champs. This is big. First division game of the season. I'm struggling. Just got your first loss. Now we start to separate the men from the boys, and then
which comes into play the bye weeks.
Exactly.
Which you have to take out key players.
This is where you can separate yourself from whatever. What are you seeing for this matchup?
Honestly, this matchup right here with the numbers that I see and the adjustments I made, I actually see the matchup with you and your brother. Button head to head, yes. And
go. What's your quick picks for this week? What do you see going on? Who do you take for the winners of these matchups?
I just gave the button heads with us.
Yeah. Into this. Well,
he's a very tough contender.
Yeah,
He's a champ. The coach is a champ. You know what I mean? I'm playing the other champ. Like this kid, do not underestimate him. He can have all bench players and still know how to place them. So
right.
You cannot take Keith out of the picture anyway.
Huge matchups. And I want to thank Steve for dropping by from the Notre Dame Disciples. Big game this week, me and him. I wish him all the best. And this is a behind-the-scenes footage over here and a little post-game or pre-game interview. So I want to thank you for coming by.
No doubt. I'd like to thank Big Ken
Hopefully you stop by more often.
for having me on, and DJ Mike P for letting me take the spot for a minute. But good luck to everybody week 5, even though I want half y'all to lose. Alright?
Grace, back to the show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you heard it right from him. You heard exactly what he had to say to you. I mean, he made a lot of key points. I mean, you think about the comments he made earlier.
Yeah, he's a man. He took his loss, congratulated me on the win, and he even called it. He said this could be the week. You know?
Moving on. We got the coach at the Big Bad Bus. Another interesting game. The coach finally, he finally had his coming out game. Big game right there, beating the Bus, 184 to 156. And what did you think about that matchup? I think we both had Kenny, the Bus taking out.
Kenny, by all rights, on paper, when you look at numbers, Kenny should have won. He should have. He just flat out should have won. Aaron Rodgers putting up 70 points. That's right. Not 7. 70 points. That's an extra 30 points that Kenny would have had to get by with a win. Just, if he would have put up normal quarterback numbers, 35, 40, Kenny wins his matchup.
Going on to the Brazilian All-Stars, battling with the short circuit. This game, along with the other game coming up, 2 games of the week right here. Great finishes. The All-Stars losing it, 177 to 182 with the short circuit.
All good things come to an end, my friend.
Moving on to the little coach at the 4 Crowns World Champs. Now this game, I'm not going to say too much on it because this game made me actually angry. Like I said, I don't mind losing, win or lose, as long as I win or lose with the 9 players I have on the field. With all the mistakes that Sean made of not playing Foster, look at who else he didn't play. He made so many rookie mistakes that to actually still come out with a win was it was horrible. Vincent Jackson, 3 receptions for 108 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter alone, and then sits out the entire game with a 120 to 114 point game. I easily beat him, and I lost because of an injury. So what did you think?
Michael Vick put up a hell of a game for him. And yeah, he made a lot of mistakes. Arian Foster should have been in his lineup, And then on your side, not having Antonio Gates to start the week off, losing Vincent Jackson in the first quarter.
Payne Hillis at 12.50.
The biggest
Pre-game, pick football. Pick up AJ Green, pick up Cam Newton, and combined they put up like -3 points. And then you get rid of them, and then all of a sudden they're superstars. Big wins, big losses. Let's go on to the next week's matches, which starts division games, which is, I don't get any bigger than this, guys. Starts the first round of division games, and these are very important. And let's go right into it, man. We got the Death Lords visiting the coach, little coach. What do you see going on there?
I see the little coach winning because I see Arian Foster exploding. I just see him having a monster week without Andre Johnson, and I think that's going to be enough to put the little coach over.
I'm saying the little coach is going to beat you by 191 over here. Just kidding. The little coach, I don't know. I see the little coach getting the win. I see the little coach going 3-2, but I can see the Death Lords going on a streak, which is the 4 Crowns World Champion at the Down of Disciples. Another very big game. Disciples fighting for first place. The world champs fighting to get back in the mix. Up and down the game, but I'm gonna give it to the Disciples by reasonable margins. What do you think?
I see it the opposite way. I see 4 Crowns World Champion coming out with a win. I see Cam Newton, who he re-picked back up in his lineup, and I see a shootout between the Panthers and the Saints. And I see Newton putting up some good points this week to give the 4 Crowns World Champion the win.
The Big Bad Bus, a 2-game losing streak, going over to the Short Circuit. Now, the Bus, he's been getting some heartbreaking losses. Now, Nuno, can the Short Circuit be 4-0, 5-0? Or will the Big Bus get it done and take him out and give him his first loss, so we have no more undefeated teams? I think, that should definitely get Kenny to win. What do you think?
As much as I hate to say it, I see the Short Circuit going 5-0. I think the team's on fire right now.
The bye is hurting Kenny a little.
The bye is hurting Kenny. Javid Best is underperforming. An injury to Ben Roethlisberger. Eli Manning is spotty at best.
Injuries are going to give him his five victories. Going on to the Brazilian All-Stars, last game of the week, the Brazilian All-Stars and the coach. The Brazilian All-Stars are tied for first place. Oh my God, I see the coach taking it.
Brazilian All-Stars getting their shit together this week and taking out the coach. Because Andre Johnson being hurt out the next 3 weeks, that kills me. It really does.
Yeah,
and on top of the people he loses on a bye week this week.
Going into that, big injuries, like you said, Andre Johnson, Vincent Jackson, Antonio Gates still injured, some other guys coming back, Marcus Colston. So make sure you keep your eye on that. A lot of pickups going on. North Diamond Disciples, he's out there bettering his team. The Death Lords, the little coach, the world champs, bettering their teams. You better make a pickup real quick before I poke him in the eye, or you ain't eating no pizza.
Well, standings right now.
You guys heard it. Everything's still close, 1-2 games behind. So good luck to everybody this week. This is a huge week, division matchups, like I said. And there's rumors going around. Week 5, there's been a lot of trade talks, negotiations going on between a lot of ball clubs. So we'll yet to see if something happens with some teams. Good luck. This is Big Kev with DJ Mikey P with Shotgun Sit Down, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Later.
What's going on, everybody? This is Big Kev, and I'm coming to you a little, new segment with Game of the Week. Who to bet your money on? Who can make you a little rent money? Well, Game of the Week for me has got to be the New England Patriots at the Jets, or the Jets at the New England Patriots. Whatever it is, they're playing each other. Who's going to win? The Patriots. Bet your mother's house on it. New England's going to take it in a very close game. And another game of the week, I'll be watching, see how long it keeps me. I don't think it's going to be that great, but I hope it's high scoring. Is the Bears and the Lions. So I think it's going to be a great Monday night game. But we're going to go over to Mikey and see what he thinks. I think he's in the back office. We'll go sneak up on him real quick. The fans a little extra, you know what I'm saying? I want to give the fans a little extra. And let's give them a game of the week. You know how some people like to bet? You know how some people are playing the football cards? Let's help these people out. Let's try to help them get some money in their pocket. What do you see as the game of the week, and who would you bet some money on? Let's give some people.
I would bet money on New England Patriots versus the Jets. I'll take New England.
Yeah.
But if you want a game just to watch for the fun of it, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. That's going to be a hell of a matchup.
Pretty good. Hey, see, you heard it. Man, this is behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes footage. You know, only brought to you by Shotgun Sit Down, King of Kings, League of Champions. Peace.